really my main theme, both logically and experientially, is that self-sought existence is solid, dense, tangible, massive, etc. So truth, the real reality, not the analog, but the bottom line reality, truth, existence, self-sought, is what we mean when we say truly massive, truly solid, truly dense. So if you...
Here's a word now. How about unshakable?
Sure. In fact, you introduce what I think is a very fun exercise. To me, it's fun. I hope you would think it's fun. But if you start, let me put the word existence at the top here. Let me put the word solidness at the bottom. Now, there would seem to be quite a gap between those two. Existence seems like something abstract normally. And here I've put at the bottom solidness. How can we fill in a few ideas between those two so that we are comfortable? So we're going to work, here's a prescription, if you will. How can we become comfortable with the idea that existence is solid, and in fact is what we mean by true solidness? You know, Richard, we could turn it around and we could say, we haven't understood what existence is. We've assumed it's some abstraction, where really it's the only thing that's really solid. Or we could start at the other end. We could say solidness, we have misunderstood what it means to be solid. What it means to be solid has nothing to do with these things we've thought so far. It means nothing other than to actually exist. That's what it means to be solid. I mean, doesn't fact have to be a little more solid than fiction? You know, to be solid, don't you have to actually exist? So we have misunderstood what it means to be solid on the one hand. We have misunderstood what it means to exist on the other. And I'm suggesting that you introduced a word. Let me introduce a couple of my own, if I may. I think you said indestructibility.
Or unshakable.
Unshakability, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, like when you run into something, it's there. It's so there that
here's what I've come up with for what it's worth. Let's start with existence. Well, existence is sort of like the background or screen for experience. In other words, we have experiences based on the fact that enough exist to sustain those, to reflect those. You know, in other words, something has to exist for us to have an experience. So existence, being the most abstract, is the universal background of experience per se. So my first step would be to move from existence to background or screen of experience. Existence is it's a universal background or screen of experience. Now, if something's going to be a screen of experience, you don't want it to be completely permeable to that experience, you know, or the experience will just flow right through it. So instead of being penetrable, permeable to experience, we would like it to be impenetrable. So to be a screen for experience, you should have some quality of impenetrability as regard experience. To be impenetrable, it's good to be of a single piece, because if you're of one piece, you can't get between the pieces and penetrate and divide. So here we've gone from existence to screen or background of experience to impenetrability to singularity, being of a single piece. And isn't singularity and being of a single piece pretty close to what we mean when we say solid?